Any method when it came to Ramona Flowers?
I was gonna ask that. Any
Oh my
mystery energy
gosh,
seeping into
mystery
real life?
energy. I doubt it. I was I don't think I had really fully honed the craft just yet by then. I was still figuring it out.
Did you realize in the moment when like that she'd live forever?
No. Oh God, no. I mean, certainly you hope that things will be successful and I definitely had I had lots of people saying at the time, like, this is going to change everything. And, this is a huge movie and your career's going to change overnight and all those kinds of things that, I now know are just like almost never true.
But they kind of were, no?
No, I mean, you're probably too young to know because, but when it came out, it was, nobody saw it.
But it becomes over time this thing that is embraced in a
which is
way.
Amazing. Yeah.
And I guess it is like almost like a generation late to a certain degree.
Exactly right.
It is accepted and seen as this like, one, this cult classic, but two, like would go on to like really inspire a generation of creatives. So many people have come on our show and they cite that movie as reference or inspiration.
Well, it is such a great reminder that good, truly good, innovative art lives on. It just does, and people find it, and it finds a way to kind of be discovered and rediscovered. And I think that's just it is just such a great movie. And even though it just didn't connect with audiences when it came out, it's just one of those things that's gonna live on, and I'm so happy I got to be a part of it.
Was there a moment where you realized that though, where okay, this thing really is it connected, it finally connected, and this thing could really kind of stay lit forever?
I think probably I mean, I realized it before this, but it definitely really hit home around the 10-year reunion of it when we got together and we did a read through of it on Zoom and things like that. And it just felt like an even bigger deal than it had been before in a way. And I had never experienced anything like that before in my career, 10 years on, having people just being like, oh my God, so excited for us all to be back together and all of that. So that was really special. And I think that's when I realized oh, this is going to stand the test of time, for real, which is a really, really cool thing.
How do you feel about the Manic Pixie Dream Girl label that people sometimes give Ramona?
Yeah, it's funny because to me, Ramona was always a commentary on the Manic Pixie Dream Girl rather than an actual Manic Pixie Dream Girl. And, because I always thought she was a bit more of a tragic figure in a way. And it's, in a film, you only have so much time to spend with each character. So you can't sort of go into her whole backstory and all of that. But in terms of what I thought about her when we were making it was that it was just kind of sad. She had all these people going after her, but none of them actually knew anything about her or really cared to get to know her or anything. They just sort of projected their ideas of what she was onto her. And I felt like she carried the weight of that and that it was a drag for her. She was just okay, here we go again. They're going to fight, and it's just something that follows me around, and I have no idea why, and it actually kind of sucks. And so I always felt that I felt a lot of empathy for her in that way of just she's just kind of, that's what she liked about Scott, because she was kind of hoping he was just more of a normal guy who maybe would want to actually get to know her. And so in a way, there's a lot of disappointment around that for her, but that was just my interpretation.
What did you learn from that experience that you carry with you still?
I think being a woman in my 20s, I could relate to that in a way, of being feeling like a projection of other people's ideas, and being a young actress as well. It's sort of okay, we're going to put you in this box and put you in this box, and you're this and you're that. And I'm always kind of feeling I don't think I am many of those things. And so I definitely related to Ramona in that way. And it made me think a lot about that. And I think after making that film, I was trying to kind of break out of those boxes myself. So I guess in a way I was sort of inspired by her.
Like, to think about how that movie was received to then how it really was received is really, really something else.
Amazing. And it was so special doing the anime series that we did a couple of years ago, which was really, I sort of felt like I got to bring that kind of version of Ramona that I'm talking about, which is how I saw her. I kind of we got to show that a little bit more and delve into that a little bit. And that was very like emotional experience to be like, oh yeah, these are these characters that have like lived with us all this time, you know, since we made the movie. And to get to kind of grow with them and see them grow up. And that was like such a special thing.